All right, guys, we're going to get started. Welcome. Glad you're here for our first ever business pitch contest. I'll give you a time. I'm not going to talk too long, I promise, but a tiny bit of history. So Brody was like looking for a business pitch to enter. He wanted to get some money. And so he couldn't find anything, but they've done it in the past. The Seed Center used to do it like nearly every year. And then the city of Lake Charles did it once or twice, but he couldn't find anything. And so we were really looking more into going on a mission trip like we did last year. I just felt over the Easter break like God was kind of leading this direction. You think mission trip versus this? Hey, God knows what he's doing, right? And so I ended up just going with it. We didn't have like a month, so we kind of had to get things together quick. But hey, here we are. So anyway, glad that you guys came. I'll introduce our judges real quick. And Paul, if you can do it. All right, Paul Pettifer. Gosh, how have I known you?
1989.
The First Baptist days. Yeah, so it's the kind of forever, and he owns Paul's Rib Shack on the board at South Street Baptist Church, correct?
Good enough.
All right. And then Dennis Scott, also he owns Scout Metals, and he's also on, well, not the same board, but he's on the board at Church of the King. And you're actually a children's pastor over there as well, right? Okay. So anyway, these guys have done a lot of business stuff. So I want to say a little bit about our sponsors. I'm going to make sure I don't trip over something. And so, so Rachel Trahan, and she's one of them, and she's also been great with our students. She's met with McKenna, she's met with another student, and she's at Church of the King. But just a little bit about her business. It's interior decorating, and she's like done, oh my gosh, she's done a lot of homes, and then she's done corporate boardrooms, and then she even did like a cat hotel. There's a cat hotel, and I'm not a cat guy, but there's a cat hotel. And one of our students actually went with her to work on that. So she's done a lot. She has this deal where she'll like just give you an hour. And you just pay for an hour just to get some advice, which I think is really cool as opposed to 10,000 anyway. So Rachel's been really helpful, and she's been great with us here at the school. And then the other is Dustin DeWalt. Dustin DeWalt I met I don't know, a decade, 12 years ago. I was in a small group with a guy. He owns DeWalt. I got to look to make sure I get this right. DeWalt Land, thank you, Lawn and Landscape. And it's a really good guy. One of the things about Dustin that I love is he like pays his crews to do early morning Bible study. So he sucks it up financially for the Lord so he can disciple the guys that he works with, and I love that about Dustin. I just texted a friend earlier today, and she recently did use Dustin for some work because I've actually never used him for landscape, and we're still doing it ourselves. He said Dustin was great. They were here when they said they would be here. They did everything. They said they were going to do and check to see how everything went. So she was really happy and really pleased with what he does. So that's Dustin DeWalt, and that's our sponsors. A couple of people I wanted to recognize real quick. This isn't really a thanks, but we have a former McNeese business pitch winner in our midst. So Joel, can you kind of do that? Okay. So that was probably about 4 or 5 years ago. And Jared volunteered. Well, not volunteered. We're still figuring that part out. But he's helping with videoing tonight, and we're kind of in a unofficial small group. I don't know what you'd call it.
Something like that.
Yeah. So we usually meet every Saturday morning. Great guy, and the ministry you run is again
Steel and Stone Ministries.
Steel and Stone Ministries. So thankful for him being here. Blaze, where you at? He's our resident photographer tonight, and he goes to school at Bethel, but he's really focused on photography, and he's taking some amazing pictures. Trinity is the tech woman tonight, and she goes to school here as well. So thanks to Trinity and Jamie. Where's she at, Jamie? Okay, and Jamie's helping out with the timekeepers. I always lose track of time, so definitely need Jamie here, and then Karen, where you at? She's helped out with the refreshments. So anyway, so thank you guys, and thanks so much for your help tonight. So, rules. Okay, just like 3 or 4 things I wanted to let you know. So each business pitch, it needs to be between 3 and 5 minutes. And Jamie's going to be watching this. So 3 to 5 minutes. And then afterwards, then students will have up to 5 minutes to answer questions that our judges will be asking. So yeah, I'm going to cut that off at 5 minutes. And then at the end, what we're going to do, we'll just kind of break. And you guys want to get like more coffee, more Coke, more candy. Nothing healthy, but anyway. Then feel free, and we'll give them about 5 to 10 minutes to figure out who they want to put first, second, and third. So anyway, and then we'll do some pictures like at the very end, right? So anyway, I think that's all I have to say. So let me pray, and then Nate will come share with us. So God, thank you for tonight. Thank you that when you're in on something, that you can make it happen quick, even though it kind of doesn't look possible at the time. So just thank you for that. Thank you that you're a big, big God. Thank you that you've saved us. Thank you for sending Jesus. And just pray for your peace. Just release peace here tonight. That all the nerves or that type of thing, it'll just be calm just right now in the name of Jesus. And just bless our time. Help it to be fun, because this can be a fun thing. So pray it'll be fun tonight. In Jesus' name. Amen. All right, so Nate Golden is going to, with Bayou Layers, is going to present first.
Imagine you're working on a school project and a small but important piece breaks right before it's due. Or at home, you're missing something, like a connector part or something very important, like a phone stand or connector part. This happens every day in school, homes, and small businesses. Hi, I'm Nate Gold, and this is my business, Bayou Layer 3D Prints. The problem: small items break or go missing. Hard to find replacements locally. Online orders may take too long. Shipping cost makes items more expensive. Small everyday problems go unsolved, and workspaces and desks become messy. My business, Bayou Layer 3D Prints, provides fast custom 3D printing solutions for everyday problems. Using 3D designs and printing, I create custom items and replacement parts for people in my community. Customers come to me with an idea or a problem, and I design and print a solution for them locally. This includes custom keychains, school tools, desk organizers, small replacement parts, and other simple custom designs. What I make: custom keychains, desk organizers, replacement parts, small tools, and accessories. My ideal customers are students, teachers, and schools, local community, and small businesses. Students may need custom items for school projects or personal use. Teachers and schools often need small classroom tools or replacement that are difficult to find quickly. Local individuals and small businesses may need custom parts or simply printed items without paying high manufacturing costs or waiting for shipping. Why Bayou Layers? I am local and fast. I have fully custom designs, no technical knowledge needed, and personalized service. My growth plan I'm currently operating with 3 3D printers. I want to increase production capacity, expand materials and product types, and a $1,000 investment will help scale production and increase revenue. If I win the $1,000 investment, I will use it to grow and scale Bayou Layer 3D Prints. Since I already have 3 3D printers, my focus is expanding production capacity and efficiency. With this investment, I will purchase additional filament and materials so I can expand the variety of quality of products. The expected cost is that various filaments, colors, and styles of filament is available, that prices will vary. And this can help with the kingdom of God, because I did print some keychains for the men and women's faith walk, and so they could have some stuff to not go home without. Thank you very much for this opportunity. Bayou Layers 3D Print, solving everyday problem through custom designs. And there's free keychains in the back. Thank you for your time.
Well, I was intrigued about the idea of you replacing a part that I couldn't get somewhere else. And you mentioned that in the beginning, but not as much as you went on. So have you had some examples of something that someone had that broke that you could replicate that helped them? Yes, tell me more.
So my friend, he had like this headphone, or I also had a headphone, like a big bulky one for when I worked on stuff, and it just made my desk more messy. So I printed this, and it comes with a screw, and you just set it right here, and then like you tighten it at the top all the way, and then your headphone will sit right here. That way it doesn't take up more messy items and stuff.
Hanger, that's cool.
So, Nate, what made you decide to get 3 different printers?
So I got one for my birthday,
Okay.
and then my dad got jealous and wanted one, and then we just bought like 2 more because my first one broke.
Are they upgrading when you buy them? You buy a better one each time?
Yes, sir. So we had like a beginner level, the A1, and then we bought a P1S, and then when my A1 broke, we bought 2 P2Ss.
Would you rather make product or talk to people, Nate?
Both.
Both, all right. So a little nervous tonight? A little bit? All right. Good job.
Yeah. What other products have you made for people?
A backpack hanger to hang on your door because it might take too much space in your room.
Yeah. I like it.
What's the most expensive product you've sold so far?
Filament.
No, what the product you've made. What's the most expensive thing you have made and sold to someone?
The backpack hanger.
Okay. What does that go for?
Probably did it for like $15.
How much cost you to make that?
Like $10.
Okay.
How long does it take to make that piece right there?
Approximately an hour, 50 minutes.
And how long does it take you to program it?
An hour, 2 hours, sometimes 30 minutes. It really depends on what you're going for.
You use AI to help you make the design?
Sometimes, yes, sir.
You making cookie cutters for ladies yet?
No,
Not
sir.
yet, man. You're missing out on market, bro. That's just a bit of wisdom right there.
Custom birthday things. Have you thought about something custom? Like I saw you did keychains personalized for what? Who was it that you did keychains for?
Faith Walk.
Faith Walk. All right. Awesome. You have a family member that's done Faith Walk?
My parents.
That's great.
So this is a keychain I printed.
Let me see it. Thank you. Cool. So the color is a different filament that gets laid on there. I've never done a 3D print, so that's pretty cool.
So we have this system called AMS where it causes you to print multicolor without having to change the filament rolls each time when pausing it.
So could I send you a picture of something and you would be able to model it for me if I was going to do a custom birthday thing for my wife?
Yes, sir.
You know that men usually buy their Christmas presents on the noon hour on Christmas Eve. So last minute presents, men are who you want to focus on. But women are the ones who want all the cool stuff. So you really got to prompt the men to get the women to tell them, and then the day before they come to you racing. They're a little less price sensitive on it because it's the day before their wife's birthday. So just a few tips for you.
So
Men are all nodding back here.
So do you plan on expanding to anything, different kind of machines, and not just doing 3D prints like specialty cutting machines or anything besides just 3D printing?
I might try and buy a H2D, which does laser cutting for like work or something. When you need like cut in the metal or something, the H2D will do that. And you can choose a 40-watt laser or 20-watt laser.
All right, Nate, thanks.
Thank you so much.
Have the video.
All right, so next we have McKenna Collins.
Okay. How many of you are moms of daughters? Okay. How many of you are daughters? Or daughter dads or whatever? How many of you have granddaughters or nieces? Okay. I want you to imagine your daughter has a birthday coming up and she's asking for a glam party, getting her nails done, doing her hair with her friends, feeling like a star for her big day. You want to say yes, but then reality hits. All these questions begin to start. Where am I going to find all this? Who's going to set it up? How much is it going to cost? What started off as exciting moment is now turning to stress, planning, and pressure. Hi, my name is McKenna Collins. I created Little Lux Parties to take stress from what should be a special moment. My mission is simple: to help kids feel special while making life easier for the parents. From nails to hairstyling to a full spa day vibe, I create an all-in-one memorable experience where everything is handled for you. No stressing for venues, no complicated setup, just fun, friendship, and a little sparkle delivered to your door. What makes Little Lux Parties unique is my business has a full glam party delivered to your door. So where did I come up with all this, you may ask? I had already been thinking about starting my own cosmetology business about 5 months ago. I randomly told my mom I would start a business, which she didn't believe. But about a week later, a man named Mr. Ormy Scott did a devotion at our school. When he finished, I asked him if he could pray for me. When he prayed, he mentioned something about me starting my own business. This was confirmation for me, to start my own business. I started by making a list of contacts and friends. And I contacted each one. This is my customer list. And I contacted each one to tell them about my new business. I contacted the state board to clarify rules regarding being paid. This confirmed under current regulations, I can only accept tips. Taking this step ensured me and my business would not get me into any trouble. P.S. Jail. I am really excited because I think my business of doing glam parties will work. The other day, a really nice lady asked me if I could do a sleepover party for her daughter, whose name is Evie. I was privileged to meet her other daughter, whose name is Maddie and is 14. And I was able to work with her. I had a blast. It was really fun. And I enjoyed working with her daughter, Maddie, and working for Miss Rachel. And these are a couple of hairstyles that I did. To my knowledge, the only other business that is most similar to mine is Club Tabby. But sadly, they are no longer open. Club Tabby was a successful business for 13 years in the Lake Charles area, but ended up closing down after Hurricane Laura. They even started franchising only in their second year. I know, right? Crazy. My business will be very similar. The only main difference is mine is mobile. Judges, I truly believe my business of doing glam parties can work, and I can take on where Club Tabby left off. The only thing I need to get started is your support. So now, when your daughter asks for that birthday party, you can smile and say yes without having to worry. Because Little Lux has your back. Thank you, and you're welcome. Any questions?
Well, what will a glam party cost me? I have a 9-year-old and I want to have a glam party.
Well, I have different packages. I have a package which is my basic package, and that's hair, styling, and that's really it, which will be about $100. And then I have another package, which is my deluxe package, and that's hairstyling, nails, and spa treatment. And then I have my biggest package, which is my premium package, and that requires hairstyling, nails, and spa treatment, and I get to decorate your setup, which would be about $600. So, any more questions?
How many participants was the last package you talked about? The premium package, is that no matter how many kids you bring, or is that, do you have a limited number at that $600 option?
Yes, that's how much kids you bring, how many kids you want to bring.
Should be careful with that one. Use that one. All right.
So did you ever go to Club Tabby? That was a while back.
No, I have never visited Club Tabby personally, but my lovely classmate has, and she told me lots and lots about it. And I did my research on Club Tabby, and I looked at their old Facebook, and yeah, I got a glimpse of what they used to do.
So you're going to bring any, how do you bring the rest of the party? You're going to bring you're doing your hair. We're going to have the mid-tier package. Do you bring some other swag with you, or a backdrop, or music? How are you making this going to be a great event for the guests? This glamour chic party.
Okay, so like, whenever they call me before the party, I'll do as much as a day before. They'll call me and they'll tell me what all they need. Decorations, hair, like which package they want to get. And then the day before, I'll make sure I get all those things and all the stuff they need, and I'll bring it with me. And then when I get to their party, I'll start decorating as they tell me and when they want, and just as they want.
Picture me, what's the mid-tier package? When you say decorations, how's it going to work that makes this kid's opportunity special for them?
Well, it's not necessarily, you said make the kids special. It's not necessarily my decorations that I will make the kids feel special. It's going to be more so my personality and how, of course, I have to talk to them. So I'll be talking to them about how their day was, fellowshipping with them, just bringing the light of God and with me and talking to them with that. But to answer more of your question, which is the decorations part, I will, like I said, I'll call them and we'll have like a full conversation. I'll take my notes. I'll get everything they want and they need, and I'll go with them to their party, and I'll set up what they need, where they need, and when they need it. So.
But Mom wants to not have to plan all that. So,
yes.
Give me an example of, I'm going to have the mid-tier party with my 10-year-old and one friend, and how does that, she doesn't know. She just says, a glam party like Club Tabby, that sounds awesome. So we're on the phone. Walk me through what you're going to tell me. What are the options that I don't know yet? I was like, I want to treat my princess special, and you're gonna make my day. So tell me what you're gonna do. Their hair. You're gonna do the spa treatment.
Yes. Okay. So I would do their hair. I would do their spa treatment, and the things that I need for the spa treatment would be like buckets to soak their feet in, nail polishes, decorations, of course, like balloons, backdrops, all of it. And so if they don't know like what they really want to plan, then I'll walk them through that and I'll tell them, okay, so we can get a backdrop, we can get lights, we can get balloons, whatever you need me to get, I'll get it. So, yes.
So, obviously, I have a daughter that's nothing but glitter. So I have 3 granddaughters now that are just crazy glitter and everything, all those crazy things. So, but they all have different needs. So, how are you going to, and they have lots of friends. So when you said it's pretty much bring your friends, how are you going to spread yourself thin if there's 15 girls at one party that how long does this party need to be if they say, I want it all, and here's your $600? How do you manage that?
Okay, so have you ever been to like an event or anything and they have face paint?
Sure.
Yes. Okay, so there's not going to be like a line or anything or like a set time. When somebody wants their face paint, they just walk up to you and they'll be like, okay, I really want my face paint. This is what I want. Okay. So that's how it's going to be with the girls. They'll come up to me, they'll ask me what they want, and they'll show me what they want, and I'll do it.
So, yeah, but I'm just saying there's a lot of little girls, and they all want their fingers done, they want their spa done, and their hair done, and they are in line, and they are all waiting to have it all done. How are you going to manage something at that level? It's because, look, I'm the king of spreading myself thin, and you learn the hard way sometimes. You have to already know your boundaries. So for you to say, I'll do anything and everything at all times, that's asking a lot of yourself. So I think, just tell me what you think you're going to be able to manage at that level.
Well, of course I'll ask them like, how many people is it going to be, or estimate how many people it's going to be. And if it is that much, I do have a partner and they would like to help me. So if I need their help, I'll come ask them if they can help me. And if it is that many people, then I'll have like 2 spots, me and her, and there'll be 2 lines instead of 1 all on me.
I guess in the last question, have you already considered how you're going to deal with, this one's allergic to that, they can't have this on this hair's different? I mean, have you already worked through some of that part?
Yes. Okay, so for most of the hair that I've done so far do not require a lot of products whatsoever. And so the products that I do get, I'll check the ingredients and I'll ask the mom if anybody they know has allergies, and I'll ask the rest of the moms if I can, and I'll ask them if they have allergies, and I'll communicate with the kids if they know they have any allergies, just to prevent as much chaos as I possibly can.
All right, the last question for you, sticking on the hard stuff, is do you have them sign waivers or anything, putting these things on them and in their hair and all that?
I do not have signed.
Don't stress, I'm just asking you a question. Okay.
No.
All right, thank you.
Thank you so much.
John McKenna. Okay, and our last is Brody Lejeune with BL Detailing.
Good. Convenience is the future, so why wait? When we want Chick-fil-A, what do? We DoorDash it. When we want groceries, what do? We have them delivered. When we want a giant tortilla blanket, what do? We get it delivered. So why can't we have a clean car delivered? Well, now you can with BL Detailing, the Lake area's finest mobile detailer. Now you may be wondering, what makes you different from all the other detailers out there? I'll tell you. Using most detailers, you have to drop off your vehicle and sit in a plastic folding chair for 3 to 4 hours, or find somebody to pick you up. We provide convenience and a level of detail that only comes from people who truly care. With most mobile detailers, you lose quality when you become mobile, but not us. Not only is our attention to detail on another level, but so is our hospitality. At BL Detailing, you get treated like family and your car like our own. My name is Brody Lejeune, and I am the owner of BL Detailing, the Lake area's finest mobile detailer. I've spent multiple years in the restaurant industry as a waiter and greeter, where I learned that a great experience starts long before the main course. Now, everybody has a pressure washer, but in just 1 year of business, I've personally serviced over 100 vehicles, including everything from daily drivers to high-end boats and Porsches. My ideal customers are people in a higher class with less time on their hands to maintain a clean car. Specifically, people like lawyers, doctors, and entrepreneurs, or areas like Graywood. My goal is to start servicing higher-end neighborhoods as well as golf courses and business offices. I started this business at the beginning of May 2025. When I started, I just wanted a little extra cash, but then I realized that I could make this a legitimate company. So I started to get new and repeating customers, including big jobs. I also started at $60 an hour and realized the value in my services and has since raised my prices to $80 an hour. I've also gotten some big jobs like fleet washes at business offices. One of the fleet washes I did was over 15 cars and trucks, totaling over $1,200. In the month of February alone, I made almost $3,000. That month, I had a week off from school, so I was able to catch up on jobs. If I were to win, I would use the proceeds on marketing. Specifically, I plan on using Facebook and Instagram ads. Facebook allows for really specific targeted audiences, so I would be able to target new car owners with ads. My goal is to post 2 times a week and have 200 total followers on my Facebook page by the end of July. As well as having established social media pages, I have worked on everything from a 1966 Cadillac to a 2026 Porsche 911T Hybrid. I've spent years in the restaurant industry learning that excellence starts with how you treat people. At BL Detailing, we treat every client like family and every vehicle like our own. With over 100 vehicles serviced this year, from daily drivers to Porsches and boats, I've proven that you don't have to sacrifice quality for mobility. I'm Brody Lejeune, and I'm asking for your support to help BL Detailing redefine what it means to be the finest in the Lake area. Thank you. So, judges, as you see in front of you, I put down a price list, golf tees, and business cards. I have given these golf tees to the Sulphur High golf team, so they are using my tees, and I have also passed them out to various golfers that play at the local golf courses. They are passing them out to other golfers and leaving them on the golf course as well.
Why sulfur?
Why Sulphur? Just because I go to Maplewood First Baptist, and I have a lot of connections with the school and the area, so that was just the easiest thing I could do, and the first thing I did.
Is this a new idea, mobile detailing? Are there a lot of people doing that now?
It's not a new idea. In the Lake area, it's starting to make a comeback, if you will. There's a lot of young people that are doing it that haven't made it a business like I did when I started out. It was just to get a little extra cash. But then there's also people that have been doing it for 10 plus years that are kind of fading out and have a established company, just no new tactics and techniques.
Who are you watching on social media clean cars? Because I know some of my kids, they just watch people detail cars, and there's some crazy detailers out there. Who are you watching?
Sir. The number one guy I'm watching, I forget his name, but the channel name is Legacy Auto Aesthetics out of Hawaii. And he's a one-man show, and he does it in his garage, and he's booked up 6 months in advance. I mean, it's kind of crazy what he's doing, but that's the main guy.
What premium does he get because he's famous?
Premium, I wouldn't say a whole lot because he is in Hawaii, so they're kind of isolated with what they have, but he is making a lot of money off of socials, posting videos, getting interactions, and ads and stuff like that.
You talked about doing 15 cars at one office place. How long did that take you?
That took me 2 days with me and another guy helping both days.
So how often do you think you're going, or when do you think you're going to have to add an employee or two to help you if you start doing more and more cars?
Well, right now I'm working on Fridays, Saturdays, and sometimes Sunday evenings. So I have multiple part-time employees because I can't quite get a full-time employee since I'm only on the weekends. But I have had a couple part-time employees, and I also have a guy that helps me. He's from Jennings, but he comes into town a lot. And once I go full-time, he would be my first guy to call because he could run a van with no problem.
Do you actually stay on every job?
Yes, sir, I do.
So when you say you have an employee, you're there with them?
Yes, sir, I am.
Because you made a big emphasis about the caring and the detail and the hospitality, and that's how do you infuse that in teammates that you obviously carry? How do you infuse that to the next person?
It's really hard because not everybody's born with that. I mean, you can't really teach to care about a customer. You can teach it to a degree, but not everybody has that. And so it's just kind of working your way through it and just see who works best in this environment, see who deals with customers better, see who works with cars better. And I try to pair those two people together to get the best of both worlds.
So you mentioned if you win using some of the money to ramp up your social media and stuff. Why don't you already have 200 followers?
I have, on my Facebook, I have 134.
Okay.
Yes, sir. It's just, I want to scale it. I just try to set a goal, so it pushes me harder to hit that goal, and hopefully sooner than July. That's just what I
When did you start this?
I actually just completed a year. So last year of May is when I started it.
And is this pricing level similar to drop-off spots? People get
It's a little more because, of course, I'm traveling, and just the expenses that comes with traveling.
Who are the largest detailers in town?
Right now, I would say Mr. T's, and then in Sulphur, I would say...
Where's Mr. T's? I don't know that.
Mr. T's is on Enterprise Boulevard.
Yeah, you know
just
him.
past
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. And there's various ones in Sulphur. There's one, it's all about the details. and they're kind of starting to slow down because the owners are older and just not quite as active as they used to be.
So right now in my phone, I probably have 4 or 5 different mobile detail guys that I can call that I've used throughout the years for different things. What makes me want to put you in my list and give you a shot? You know,
Yes, sir.
I call and say, this is my truck. How much? You're telling me by the hour. Are you starting to look at more of what vehicle you're cleaning and how long it takes? Or do you just say it might take me 2 hours? What are we talking about?
I price it by the size of the vehicle, and I said an hour in my presentation, but that's just how it works out. It's
Okay.
not that I price the vehicle per hour. I price it by the size of the vehicle. And you also mentioned, why would you call me over other people? And the reason you'd call me is because I create an experience, and people remember other people by the way they made them feel. And of course, getting a clean car is my number one goal, but leaving an impression on people is my number 2.
So I'm a little more easy to please. So
Yes,
I'm okay with being like, well, it's fine. It's clean because I didn't get a chance.
Yes.
My wife, on the other hand, I'm a little bit like, look, it's great. It looks like you weren't going to clean it. I mean, come on, you know.
Yes.
And so, how do you, who do you rather cater to? My wife or me?
I would rather cater to somebody in between the two. I'd rather cater to your personality, but bring the results of your wife and have it perfect. So that way, to you, it might seem like I'm going above and beyond, but to your wife, it might seem like I'm hitting where I need to be. So that's just my personal preference.
And I guess my last question I'm going to ask you would be, would you rather have a word of mouth business or would you rather have a social media business?
Again, that's kind of on the in-between because word of mouth is very reliable and very sustainable, but social media, it's also sustainable and reliable, but you reach so many people, it's hard to target your town when you're reaching, especially when it starts to grow and you get thousands and then millions of followers. You're reaching such a broad area. It's just so many people far away that know about you.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so we're going to take about 5 to 10 minutes and let the judges confer. So third, coming in third, and by the way, because we have 3 contestants, so everybody is going to win something. There'll be a little difference there in what they win. But Nate was third. Nate, could you come up here real quick? And Brody second. Brody, if you could come up. McKenna was first. So come on up. All right. So thank you guys so much for coming, and I'll give y'all like checks in a minute. And I think that wraps it up. So thanks again for coming. All right, so guys, thank you.